Well, today I'm going to connect this battery that I just bought. I haven't connected it yet. And I also got myself this remote starter switch. If the key doesn't work, I'm going to try to use this and see if I can just get this to turn over. Hopefully with the key it'll turn over and I won't have to use this, but I'm not real hopeful. The guy that I bought this from was just over here. He's one of my neighbors. Nice guy. And he hasn't had this thing running for probably 20 years. It's got that 2003 decal on it, and this is 2023. So he started to remember some of the things about the motor, but he also had somebody working on it after he, did his thing. And he found some mice in there and whatnot and cleaned up. I'll show you that. But yeah, so he said he had an electrical problem, and then I'm not sure if it got fixed or not, but we're gonna see if that motor turns today, see how that goes. Well, I've been looking at this motor, trying to figure out different things about it. This is a primer solenoid. It's electrically operated. I have a feeling that this needs to be rebuilt. So I ordered a kit for that, along with this gasket. Another gasket that goes on this side. 3 carburetor rebuild kits. And I was going to say that I've been spraying carb cleaner in the throats of these carburetors because this would not move at all. Now I've got it to the point where when I let go it returns, but before it wouldn't even move. I would have had to have forced it. Now after spraying that on there, it helped quite a bit. The linkage too doesn't seem to be freed up enough that when it gets put into gear or out of gear, that it's moving in its proper full range of motion. The solenoid, the guy I bought it from said that a mouse chewed through this. Looks like that's a contact wire for starting it. And then also the positive from the battery was off, so I connected that up. These gas line hoses are really stiff. This one here especially, it's like solid. So what I've done is, this is the fuel pump it has on it. I ordered a rebuild kit for that. There were mice in here. These holes back on the back of this air box, there's 3 of them. He said there was a mouse nest in there. That's why he took the cover off. And if I go around to the other side, you can see where it looks like a mouse has been chewing on this right here. This one up here doesn't look like that, neither does that one. But the one on the bottom was quite chewed up. So my next step, I bought a battery for it too. My next step is to hook power up to it, see if the key is connected, the ignition switch, so I can turn it over. If not, I'll just jumper at the solenoid and see how that goes. I also ordered the spark detectors, so I bought 4 of them, so I'm gonna put 1 on each of these and turn it over, see if those coils are working, giving it spark. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'll set up some cameras the next time I do this and hook up that battery and see what happens. I had this issue before I took the floor off, and I found these wires just laying like that in the floor. And the former boat owner, who was the original purchaser, said he never had the floor off. So is it possible that the company that put this boat together actually left these laying in there? I'm not sure if these are even like, you know, factory connections, but I have a feeling that once this power's hooked up like it is, that these might be hot. So I guess I'm just going to lay them off to the side for the moment. So what I'm thinking of doing here is connecting up the remote starter switch and then spraying some ether in there just to see what happens. I'm not sure which one this goes on. I think it goes on this one. Yep. We'll get some ether. This should be interesting, right? Key is on. Chokes aren't, or the throttle's not open. Yeah, it's open a little. That's all it needs. Must be firing, huh? There's got to be electricity in there, right? I have a feeling this thing's going to work. Get some gas in it. Get those carbs cleaned out. I have a feeling this is going to work. Get a new fuel pump or put a rebuild kit on the fuel pump. Probably could squirt some gas in there, but you know what? I think I'm good with it just the way it is right now. I heard some firing, so that means that coils, at least one of them is working right, possibly two for sure. The center one I wasn't so sure about. Try a little more in there. Yep. Center one was working. That one seemed to be working. That one too. Shook a bumblebee out. Blew that bumblebee right out of there. All right, time to call it quits for the day. So, mission accomplished for the day. It looked like all three of those cylinders went afire. So after a carburetor rebuild, electric primer rebuild, a fuel pump rebuild, I think I'm going to also do the water pump and change the rear end, the lower end oil. But you know what? I think this is going to be a good running motor. We'll see how it goes. So far, thumbs up.